Hi friends, it's me Nikki here. I hope you all are doing great. And today I'm sharing my kitchen with you, inside those cabinets, inside those drawers. I'm taking you through it all. And so I'm so happy to have all of this done. And I recently, as you know, we did a DIY renovation on our kitchen. I'll link that video below if you have not seen that video. But what it allowed me to do is it allowed me to get inside of my cabinets and reassess. Get rid of those things that I was not using. Replace those things that really needed to be replaced. So let's jump right in.
Okay friends, so let's start. I'm giving you an overview of my kitchen. Many of you have seen this already. I did a video kind of doing the reveal. I'll link that video below in case you missed it. But today it's all about getting into those cabinets, getting into those drawers, and showing you how I have them organized and how it functions for me. Now, I am not going to actually take you through my coffee bar here and all the cabinets there because I have a designated video already out on that. I'll link that video below where I take you into the cabinets and show you how I have my coffee bar organized. Now let's start with this wall here, or this wall of cabinets here that is where the stove and the microwave and all of that is located. Now the first cabinet here is where I keep all of my baking essential tools and things like that. Now I don't keep things like flour and sugar and things like that, and no food items, because in my pantry that's where I keep all food items, and I already have a pantry tour out. I'll link that video below. I just recently posted that last week. So on the bottom shelf here is where I keep my recipe box, and I have an upcoming video coming out on how I organize my recipes in this box. I have this little kind of Lazy Susan style caddy here where I keep all of things like my measuring spoons, my pastry baster, and little mini whisk, and it's just easy to get to. And then on the side here I keep my teal mason jars where I keep liners for cupcakes. I like to do muffins a lot. Toothpicks, I use those when I check a baking. Also food coloring is kept in the jar in the back, and then kind of random candles for impromptu birthday parties is in that last mason jar. Okay, so now let's move up to the shelf above that. I keep my mixing bowl, which my mom gave me there. I love it to death. And then I have a bin here where I keep baking essentials such as my cookie scoop, or batter scoop I should say, and pastry tools, and then kind of biscuit cutters. Cookie cutters would go in here. And then moving up to the next shelf is where I keep all of my measuring cups. And I like to keep these items on the first 3 shelves because I can reach those items. And then I keep my sifters in the bin here, along with some tools for kind of like spatulas, cookie for cakes and things like that, all in that area there. And up top high I keep my kind of rolling pins because I don't use those often, and I just actually changed those out. I found some cute ones on clearance at $5 at Target a couple months ago, and so I jumped on it. So that's what I have in this cabinet here. Now below that cabinet is the drawer where I keep my spices, and many of you have seen this already. I love this system. I have tried so many ways to organize my spices over the years, and this one has been the one that I've had for about 5 years now that has worked. And so I keep them in these little IKEA jars that I got, very affordable, and I keep them in alphabetical order so that I can easily get to the spice that I need. And it's right there by my stove, so it's very handy, and I just love the system. I keep a little basket in the back for those random kind of seasoning packets. Sometimes I'll get seasonings from like raw spice, or just those kind of little samples that you get, and I'll keep those in the basket back there. But love this system for organizing my spices. Below my spice drawer, right by the stove, is where I keep all of my pots. I love this because I have this drawer pull-out that came with my kitchen, but you can purchase pullouts separately, kind of if you don't have pullout cabinets, and I'll put a link below to where you can get some if you're interested. But I just have all of my pans and frying pans and pots sitting right here so that I can just pull this out, get to what I need. The lids are kept together, and so it just really functions well for me. Now below there is where I keep the kind of big guns. I keep my roaster and my bigger pans and then my stock pots. They all are housed under here. So it works out great. And now let's move to above the microwave and the stove. Now this is where I keep all of my fondue items. I love doing fondue night. A couple years ago I did a video on how to host a fondue night. I'll try to link that below. But basically all of the kind of my fondue pieces are kept here so I can easily get to them when I'm doing fondue night. And then you'll notice I have a bin up at top. That's where I keep all of my kind of fondue accessories. So it helps to keep everything together. Like I keep the skewers in there, and I keep the kind of fondue sauce little cups all in there. So when it's fondue night, I come right to this cabinet and I can get to all of my pieces, and they're housed high up above the stove, which I don't do this every week or anything like this, so it's great to have them in the kitchen, but I don't have to easily access them all the time. So now let's talk about the cabinet where I keep our everyday dishes. And this is, you guys know, I do all white dishes because I use these dishes whether I'm entertaining or anything like that. You'll notice in my kitchen, all of my things, I'm not one of those people who believe in having good dishes. I use my stuff all the time, no matter what it is. I want to enjoy it. I want my friends to enjoy it. So I keep it readily available so that when I'm cooking dinner and I'm setting the table and everything's so easy to get to. So you're able to set a beautiful table every night for dinner for your spouse. You're able to fix you a beautiful lunch because you have access to all of your things very easily. And I love white dishes because they're clean. They make your food pop, and you can use them in so many different ways. And this just works great for me. This is not far from the dishwasher, so it's easy to load up. And I think I have a video on that also. Okay, so the cabinet below there, it's like a corner cabinet, and I love this cabinet because it has 2 Lazy Susans in there. And this is where I keep kind of my kitchen scale, and then I also keep some of my servingware. I got this set here in the fall. I did a fall haul on it, but it's easy because after I cook dinner, I can grab this, put the food in it, set it on the table. Beautiful presentation and simple to do, and everything's easily accessible. And I love the Lazy Susan factor here. And below there, I keep all the things like my colanders and things like that are kept under, and strainers, they're kept under the bottom here, so they're easy to get to, and it's right by the sink. And then under my stove, I keep my baking pans, which I got new ones and I'm so happy about because my other ones were shot. So this is the whole side of the kitchen where my stove is, and as you can see, it just really, everything is convenient to get to, and I love how I keep it so that I can open it, see what I have, and easily get to everything that I have. So now let's move into the island, which is right across from these cabinets. Now in the island, this is where I keep our flatware, servingware, because it's simple. It's right across from the dishwasher, and I've always had these here. And what I do is in one drawer, I keep our flatware and everything in here, so it's easy when I go to unload the dishwasher. I can just put it straight in here. And I have kind of my corn kind of skewers here for when we have corn on the cob. In the back, I have our butter knives, and in the way back is our steak knives. Now in this cabinet, I did a video a few years back where I shared with you I keep all the things that are my servingware that are not dishwasher safe in one drawer, so my husband and I know that everything in this drawer it has to be hand washed. But these are kind of the serving spoons and things like that I use. And again, I love having everything here so that I can use it every day. It's really easy to access. Now below is where I keep all of my baking pans, such as I keep like all this pull out here has all of my muffin pans here, easy to get to. Love having that drawer pull-out system there. It makes it easy, and you save money because you don't have to buy a lot of organizational solutions. And the next one are kind of like for my cake pans. I keep all of my cake pans in there. Again, easy to pull out, easy to get to. And on the bottom is all of my kind of Pyrex and baking dishes, glass baking dishes and things like that. So this is everything that is kept in my island, and as you can see, I don't have to have a lot of organizational solutions because the way my cabinets are set up. Now under my sink, I'm not going to go into detail because I already have a video on how I organize this. I took you on that journey with me. I'll link it below. And then in the cabinet right next to that, above my dishwasher, is where I keep all of our everyday glasses. But again, I hate to say everyday because I use all of my stuff all of the time. I don't have specific good stuff, and even the good stuff is not good stuff. Like these glasses here, just I ordered them off from the Dollar Tree offline, but I love them because they have that crystal look to them. But again, during the holidays, I don't have to set up. Everything is here. My mason jars, I love drinking out of mason jars every day. I can easily get to them. Small orange juice glasses, easily get to them. In the springtime, I like to entertain with my blue out on our back porch, so I have that stuff all here. But again, when spring gets here, it's already here, easy to get to. The same at the top are my husband's beer mugs. He doesn't drink beer often, but they're up there, up high, whenever he needs them. So now let's move to the other side of the kitchen. This is kind of where the refrigerator is, where the pantry is, and so I want to take you through and kind of show you how I have that section organized. And again, everything in my kitchen is kind of all together, so it's on one side of the kitchen, so it's not bad. But I kind of like having my appliances that I do keep out on this side because you don't necessarily see it because it's kind of hidden by the refrigerator. But the 3 drawers here serves a great purpose for all of my cooking tools because I can open the drawers, easily see all that I have, and these 3 drawers accommodate all the things that I love and use in my kitchen. So I love that about it, and I kind of have it so that I want it to be able to look into the drawer and easily see the items that I have. Everyone has a space, and I love that about this system here. So I kind of keep it so that it just makes it easy during that cooking time. So in the first drawer here, I tend to keep things like spatulas and cooking spoons and cooking knives and kind of things like that, and I have them sorted by color. I have my copper ones in the first one, I have my silver ones in the second one, and then I have my cooking knives in the third one, and the tongs are in there too, because that's the only place they would fit. And then so it works, you know, it just works out great having access to all of my things. And I love having these bamboo organizers. I'll put a link below if you're interested in where I got them from, but they allow you to customize your drawer. They just kind of adjust in size, but they give a customized look to your kitchen drawers, and I love that because this will last for years. Now below those drawers, let's go and move into that, because I want to definitely show you how I have those organized. So basically here is where I keep a variety of things that I need to access all of the time, but I like being able to just see my stuff and really get to it. Now the first cabinet here is where I keep my cutting boards, and I put a little shelf here because I wanted to separate my cutting boards from my cheese boards, and I didn't want to mix them up. So on the bottom there, you will notice I have cheese boards, and on the top you will notice that I have my, the top is my cheese boards, I'm sorry, the bottom is my cutting boards, and so I have it labeled so that we can easily identify. And I just use this little kind of stand here. I'll put a link below if you're interested, but a little stand here to give me more space to organize it all on that one shelf. And again, I labeled it so that we can know clearly where to put things. And below that, I keep all of my wood serving pieces, so they're again easy to get to if I'm making salads and things like that. I love using my wood serving ware. And right next to that are my huge silver cooking bowls, and that's the only place they would fit in the kitchen, so I put them there. And then above that is I have a bin, 2 bins actually, on this pull out where I keep all of those kitchen gadgets. I love kitchen gadgets, and there's certain ones, and I have pared it down to the ones that I love now, and so I have everything in here. And I want to do a kitchen gadgets video, so I'll probably do that soon, sharing my favorite kitchen gadgets. But I love having them in these bins here because I can just pull them out, easily get to what I want. It's a Mod Podge of things, apple cutter, juicers, all kinds of things there, but it's still easy to get to. Now in the last kind of bottom cabinet here is where I keep so-called Tupperware. Now the key for me is I can't have Mod Podge. I can't have different pieces because they will get crazy. I have one set, lids stay with them. I can easily get to it. I'm not too much of a plastic girl, so all of mine are glass, but I understand if you have kids that may not be logical for you, but for me and my husband, it's just the two of us. This works great for us. And again, the key, even with it plastic or not, the key is to have one set that matches and not have just random things, because then it just gets crazy, because you have lids here and you have bottoms here. But if you have sets, one set, you're good to go. And on the bottom here is where I keep our lunch bins. So one I have here, and it's 2 bins in that one shelf. So one, I keep our lunch kind of containers. Yes, my husband loves Batman. He is a Batman fan. But we keep all of our kind of thermoses in here, and just things that we use to pack our lunch. It's just kind of all stuck in here. And then in the second bin is where I have his lunch box and my lunch box, and we have it in there whenever we want, need to get to it. He doesn't take lunch often, and neither do I, but when we need it, we got it. So in the cabinet above all of that is where I keep our kind of barware glasses. And again, I use all of my stuff all the time. I like to be able to easily get to my things regardless of what day of the year it is. And so I did a video on this a few years back, kind of taking you through, but I like having my wine glasses and kind of shot glasses and beer stirrers. Just all the glasses are there that I need to get to. So when I'm cooking dinner, if we're having wine with dinner, I can easily get to them. A lot of times I use these glasses to make desserts in, so they're easy to get to. Again, making it so that it functions well for me and that I can see what I have and I can use what I have. Now in the cabinet next to that is where I keep kind of my glass serving bowls for like everyday serving bowls. I keep my trifle bowl there, my vinegar dispenser there, so I can easily get to it. And then the bin here has all of my ice cream bowls. My husband and I, we love our milkshakes and we love making our banana splits, and so I keep all of those tools right in here. So I have our milkshake glasses in here, our banana split bowls in here, and I even keep our ice cream spoons in this bin also, so that when it's ice cream time, we just pull this bin down and we have everything that we need to make our banana splits or our milkshakes. On the bottom shelf here is where I keep a kind of turquoise set that I have been collecting. You see I don't have many pieces, but for the last year or so I've been seeing this pop up in Marshalls and places. So every time I see some pieces that I like in this collection, I just am in love with this pattern. So I keep it in this cabinet here. And again, I don't let myself grow past this cabinet. So I will not get any more pieces that will not fit in that cabinet. So that's the designated space for it. And then on the interior of the door, you'll see my kitchen iPad here. And basically I took my old iPad and I use it in my kitchen to kind of use it as a converter. You know, if I need to convert measurements, I'll use that app. And then also I'll have it if I need to watch cooking tutorials or anything in the kitchen, I have it easily there for me. So this is how I have everything organized on this side of my kitchen. And it works so great for me because, again, everything that I have is stuff that I use, stuff that I love, and I want to be able to easily get to it. Now, above my refrigerator, if you on my Instagram, you saw this week where I actually organized the space this week. It's where I keep my china. My mother-in-law gave me a set of china, and my mom gave me a set of china from both of our families. So it was such a beautiful thing to have chinas from my husband's family and my family. And I wanted to protect it, so I got protective covers and inserts, and you know, it was a project that I had so much fun working on. I labeled them. The set that's my mom's, I put her name on it. The sets that my mother-in-law gave me, I put her name on it, so I knew which set is which. But I'm easily able to get to it whenever I want to use it, but I know that it's protected, and I love that about it. Now, this is my kitchen tour. I hope you have enjoyed seeing how I have it organized. I was so excited to share it with you all. Thank you so much for everyone who asked for me to do this video, because it was so much fun to share with you. If you have any questions, let me know. Definitely like this video if you want to see more of this kitchen series. I hope you all are doing great. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.